Hey folks! In the last episode of Minecraft Create Nations, we finally built our wizard tower. Look at this thing, it's absolutely beautiful, and we put this absolutely gorgeous farmland right next to it. And today we're gonna be putting some whirly sprigs in here. I said I was gonna do it off camera, but guess what, I didn't. Well, that's right, we're gonna be putting whirly sprigs in this here farm area, so that way we can farm all these crops without having to farm these crops. But before we do that, there is one thing I think we have to go underneath the greenhouse that I want to do today before we get started. And ta-da! Look at that, I made this thing here, and we've got ourselves a jetpack now. Now, I know Beardy shut these off in his world, and guess what? I kind of want them on in mine, just for some difficult things, difficult places to reach when I'm trying to build stuff. And one of the obvious issues with this is going to be fuel. I gotta find a heck of a lava lake in order to fill up this guy, as well as probably a couple of tanks. I'll probably make some tanks, but essentially what I'm looking to use this for is little things like these, right? I want to friggin' put flowers in here, and it's such a pain in the butt to scale up with dirt and, you know, get all the way up here, and I would like to do more vinage on this thing. It's such a pain. I am not going to use this as a main mode of transport. I am not going to use this thing all the time. In fact, it's probably going to live in one of my backpacks until I need to use it. I'm making that promise to you right now, okay? Right now, I am not going to have it on all the time. I'm only going to have it on when I need it. Okay? And if you see me abusing this thing, call it out in the comments, all right? But now I gotta go make a couple of fuel tanks and filling tanks, and we can get started on the things that I want to do today. Actually, before we move on to the thing that I want to do today, or the things, I guess, I wanted to show you my new website. Now check this out, throwlash.com. We have all of our merch on here, as well as all of my other socials and my latest videos and all that sort of stuff. So go ahead and check it out. Throwlash.com, links in the description. Thanks, folks. Well, I got our fuel tanks all filled up and our jetpack is all filled up, and I think the first thing that I want to tackle, let's just go ahead and take a look at our clipboard here. I think the first thing I want to tackle is the whirly sprig stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to have 3 of those whirly sprig flowers, maybe one here, one over here somewhere in the beetroots and pumpkins, and another one over in this direction over here. And the whirly sprigs, whirly dudes, as far as I'm aware, should just farm natural resources that are around them. So they might even farm like the azalea leaves and stuff, but I'm not 100% sure how this really works. I'm kind of hoping they farm maybe some of the flowers, etc. But enough talking about it, let's just get it in. So I think the first one maybe we'll put here, and I'm just going to dig down a little bit because I want to link up to this. Now, these are our drawer controllers, and essentially what I want, looks like I'm just going to drop into a cave here. Yep. Essentially what I want is I want to have them come down a series of chutes and then roll across some copper thingy-mahoogers. We actually, ooh, yeah, these are in the ceiling, so we gotta go up. Oh, that's gonna be an issue. We are completely out of dried kelp. Now, I'm not farming any at the moment, and I think this is all river biome, so that might be a problem. Yeah, it doesn't look like I have any kelp in the backpack either, so maybe we will have to reevaluate this and use drawer controller slaves instead? I really didn't want to, mainly because they're super laggy. If you have a bunch of drawer controller slaves all over the place, they can get really laggy, so what do we do here? All right, I think what we're going to do is we're going to pivot a little bit. I am going to take Shadowfax out for a quick stroll. I know there is an ocean off in this direction, and we're going to grab a little bit of kelp. We're going to bring it back with us. We're going to start farming our own little bit of kelp, and then I have some other things I need to farm, mainly leaves. Just, whoa! Goodness gracious. Okay, yes, all right, cool. Just on the other side of this forest, we got a absolutely massive ocean, so I should be able to get just a ton of kelp from here. Gonna turn the magnet upgrade on in the bag, take a plunge, and we'll grab all the kelp in the world. And I mean, while we're here, we gotta check out this shipwreck, am I right? And, oh, we got a globe, cool. Boy, oh boy, do I need respiration on this helmet. And a buried treasure map. I wonder if we've been to this one already. So this is looking in the southeasterly direction, somewhere over there. Looks pretty close too, actually. Oh no! Oh no! Goodness gracious! Oh, that scared the heck out of me. My gosh. Oh. Okay, heart's beating still. The heart is beating again. Wow. Oh my gosh. Hey, look, literally nothing that I needed. Oh gosh, I'm gonna go pass out now. So as I was making my way back over, I remembered this thing, and a bunch of you were like, hey, there's something inside the log here. So I dug it out, and there was a ritual brazier thing, which is really cool. And then I found this dude. Twan, I think his name. Oh, he's no rendering. So, and I bought a brush from them, and now I'm here. So let's dig this up. I kind of forgot about this. I gotta be perfectly honest. What in the heck is that? Oh, I think it went in my backpack. A sheep fossil body? Oh, that's cool as heck. All right, I'm gonna turn this off because we're picking up a lot of stuff in the backpack that I don't want in the backpack. Okay, that looks like a bone. Sure is. Okay, that looks like another body. And then what's this? Bone meal. That's so cool. I wonder if there's anything. I don't want to tear this up, right? Like, I don't want to dig up underneath any of this stuff because it looks really cool. It's nice natural generation, but like, I don't need 2 of these. I need 1 and then the head. But hey, we got a brush now, so if we find any more of those things... Oh, there was a friggin' like ruined house over there somewhere. Let's go check that out. I'm not procrastinating. You're procrastinating. Yeah, here we are. Let's defile this grave, shall we? More bone meal. More bone meal. A bone? A bone. Ooh, that looks different. That looks different. A villager fossil. Cool. Have I gone in this house? It looks like it. There was another somewhere else. Off that way? Yes, here it is. All right, let's defile more graves. Bone, bone. It's a thing. What is it? Ooh, villager fossil skull. That's cool. And bone meal. Oh my gosh, we gotta get home now. I gotta see what these look like. All right, let's get inside and check these out. Okay, so I'm guessing, can I just place these down? I certainly can't. That looks so cool. Ooh, sorry guys, sorry. Okay, let's go upstairs and check this out. That was probably a bit much for them. Anyways, that's super cool. And then look at this guy too. That is so awesome. And that would work so well in like a dungeon or like a cairn or a kern or whatever the heck it's supposed to be called. Oh, cool. All right, so its fossilized arms could act as a sort of display. I want to do this, but if I do this, can I take them back apart? Screw it, let's try it. That's super neat. I like that a lot. It kind of looks like an undead butler. And his arms can be used as, can I like give him this? Cool. Very cool. Ooh, so I can give him like an axe? That's awesome. Oh my gosh, this is the friggin' coolest thing. My only other question is if I hit him with something that's not silk touch. No, he still pops down. All right, cool. So I can't tear him apart is the only issue. I can't rip his head off. Which I'm upset about, but that's okay. That thing is really cool. Well, you know what? I kind of fully forgot about the sheep fossil. So yeah, that just lays down. That's neat. That's neat. I wonder what the sheep head's gonna look like. Ooh. Well, we've got enough kelp, so I'm gonna get that smoking. And actually, while I'm doing that, I forgot that I kind of redid all of my quests because I broke it earlier. And I have just a metric ton of stuff to hand in here, which is actually pretty cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this little button, collect all rewards. and oh no, I need to select some of them. So, oh, this might have been a bad idea. Hang on. I got a fairly decent amount of stuff out of that, which is pretty incredible. And honestly, it goes to show me that even though these backpacks are at diamond tier and we have all the stack upgrades and everything on them and all that, they are still not organized to the way they need to be. Organization is probably one of the most important things in this game, especially like inventory management and all that. It's so important. And for example, here, ready, create stuffs. I don't have a spot for brass casings. I don't have a spot for it, and that's a problem. That is such an issue. So what I'm doing is I'm just gonna dump as much as I can, and I'm not gonna worry about organizing everything right now because I want to get on to farming the whirly sprig stuff. Now that we have all of this dried kelp. Oh my gosh, I'm such an idiot. I don't need kelp for item drains, people. I need item bars. And I'm doing the recipe wrong. Oh my gosh. I need to go to bed. How come all y'all didn't tell me that I'm an idiot? Well, at least we have dried kelp now, I guess. So there's that. You know, I'm just going back and forth on everything today. So I did go with individual drawer controller slaves. This one is connected here. There is one right over there and then one right there. And all we have to do now is just summon the whirly sprigs. And I'm pretty sure you just click on a flower and the whirly sprigs will show up at some point. And that one, I'm going to have to put something underneath it. But look at these little nerds. Aren't they so cute? They're so cute. I don't know if they need source. Yeah, I'm unsure if they need source in order to work. I would like to, can I move this? Is that gonna kill the whirly sprig? Where is it? It's right there. Okay. And it does, okay. All right, no big deal. Boom, boom. Happy whirly swigs. Happy, 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 happy. All right, so essentially what this should do, this is gonna kill these two. Dead. it's so awful. Essentially what this should do is they are gonna start farming the things that are around them. They should place them in the chests, and then those chests should just dump everything into our drawer system here, kind of haphazardly and randomly. And yeah, that should really be it. They should just do the thing. I don't think it's not going to be super fast, and I'm okay with that. I got to be honest. We're getting so many different other resources. I cannot use this store. There's so many different other resources very rapidly. So I'm not 100% like worried about how fast they're going to not be. It's just what I'm worried about is running out of drawer space. Hey, you know what? We'll just let it run, and I'll look at the drawers later and make sure everything's going okay and it's not overwhelming. And look at that. Bing, bop, boom, whirly sprigs, Dunsky. So what do we work on next? We were kind of working on the path a little bit. I did a little bit of this off camera. I need to rough it up and make it look more trodden, essentially. So we could do that. The other thing that we could tackle right now is the amethyst farm, and I need to figure out a location for that, to be honest. If this is a good spot, I could keep it there, but I have ideas for something to put there anyways before the video's out for the day. I could put it kind of here, but then it's gonna be kind of out of the way. Let me think on this, and while I'm thinking on it, I'm gonna tear these archwood trees down. Well, the archwood trees are down, and I tore them down for good reason. Reason number one is I have made some custom archwood trees, and we'll be blasting those into existence on this island here pretty soon. Right now is not that now, but very, very soon. And as you might have noticed, I finished the path as well. Look at this. It's absolutely gorgeous. It just continued kind of the same theme. It just not nearly as much other stuff. Like I need some more flowers and bushes and all that sort of stuff. But kind of the same theme that we have going on with the one up there. But before we can really start blasting things into existence in this island, the archwood trees and a couple other things, as you can see, pulled out my nature's compass. Guess what? We just need a jungle. I just need a jungle. A bamboo jungle would be cool because we can get some more bamboo. Or any, I don't even know if we have any bamboo, but literally any jungle will do. Any of them will do at all, and it looks like, let's see, am I facing this way? This way is a jungle. Bamboo jungle's in the same direction. All right, so we'll just head over there, and I am gonna use my jetpack to make this trip way easier and take way less time. And we gotta, I need brown dye, darn it. So, hey, travel music, cue it. There it is. That's the good stuff. The cocoa beans. Absolutely. Oh, finally. Finally, we have all the wood as well. This has been just way too long. This has been way too long. Ocelot. I should have done this ages ago. But I feel good now that we have the jetpack. This was really nice. And I gotta be honest with you, most of it was water, so we could have just taken a boat down here, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab oh my gosh, so much wood. I'm gonna grab so much log. It's going to be great. And here's some bamboo as well. We are in the clear, ladies and gentlemen. I am feeling good. G-O-O-D. Now, this is some pretty cool generation. I kind of like this a lot. A couple of little, like an archipelago, little islands dotted all over the place. And then this nice little, like, stony river. This is pretty cool. Wow, what an awesome and productive trip. We got so much stuff. We finally got our jungle logs, which is incredible. We have cocoa beans, and I got some jungle saplings as well, because, man, I don't want to go back. But while we were over there, we found some sort of ziggurat thing, and, you know, there was a ton of stuff inside. It was actually right next to a jungle temple, which was pretty cool. This guy right here, which jungle temple is right over there, and you can see the coordinates up at the top there. And we went in and we raided the whole thing, and it was awesome. There was so much stuff in it, evoker traps, as well as a couple of spawners that I had to break, and there was rooms all over the place, and I think it was from the Better Archaeology mod, and let me tell you, jungle temples need some work. After going through that and then going to the jungle temple, man, the jungle temples need work. But it was absolutely beautiful. It had a bunch of hidden rooms and stuff in it. It was so dope. But now that we have our jungle logs, I need to go ahead and start farming up some cocoa beans because I desperately need, what is that called? Brown dye. I need some brown dye. And the reason I need brown dye is for brown mushrooms. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to tear this down, and this is going to become our jungle / brown dye farm. And don't worry, it's going to be temporary. I'll tear it down at some point. There we are. And look at this. I think this one's mature already. It sure is. Man, these things grow quickly. But I think while we're waiting for some of these to grow, that was all of the cocoa beans that I got. So we'll get, gosh, 3 stacks once all of those have all grown up. And while that's happening, oh gosh, what do we want to do next? Do we want to put some custom trees around that I've been working on? I do have some custom mushrooms. No, I just have the brown one and the yellow one. I am working on another red one. It's taking a minute, all right? Yeah, mushrooms are not my forte. But I do have some custom archwood trees, and I actually have one sitting right here. It is a purple one. And, ooh, yeah, it's a big jobby. Look at this. Big tree. And I think maybe what we should do is figure out where I want these to go. I definitely want one of the big purple archwood trees to be over here. I have a couple of blue designs, and I want one here and one back there-ish. And man, there's a part of me that maybe wants to put one of the big ones here, too. It's like the first thing that you see when you go across the bridge, just this nice, beautiful, imposing purple archwood tree. Yeah, maybe we put this one here. Let's plop that there. And obviously, we got to move it. We've got to move it. And yeah, wow, I really like that a lot. It's like the first thing that you see when you come over the bridge. That's really pretty. I might actually move it over here. maybe over here-ish. What I don't want to do is I don't want to put it in front of the tower. So like in this area would be cool as well. There's just not really a lot of land to put it there. Yeah, let me see if I can extend this land out here. I have a ton of dirt and grass, so I can extend some of this out and flatten a little bit of this here and just plop it right here, methinks. Oh, before we do that, some of the other stuff that we found in that jungle temple. Look at this thing here. I found these on the way back. We got some guardian things, but we found even more villager fossils and some skeleton skulls and pointed dripstone, which is fantastic because now we can actually farm dripstone because I don't have any. Those are the first 2 pieces of pointed dripstone that we've gotten so far. But anyways, let me extend some of this and I'll get back to you folks in just a minute. Yep, that's where I want that. Absolutely, yes. That's perfect. That is literally perfect. Awesome. We've got everything loaded up in the backpack. This thing is ready to go. I am just going to hit play. And yeah, we'll be back when we have a fancy new tree. Ah, there it is in all of its glory. Now I have to do a little bit of stuff around the bottom of it here. Get a little... wow, why are you so far off the ground? Anyways, get a little stuff going on down at the bottom here and make it look like it's just integrated into the landscape. And also, whoop, behind me, if I turn around, I got a schematic cannon pointing off in this direction and another one pointing off over here. That's right, I figured if we're going to be blasting a ton of trees and mushrooms over here, we should probably get some help doing it. So I have a material checklist for this one shooting off in this direction, and I need to make another clipboard to get another material checklist for this. And what I'll do is I'll probably try and get 3 of these running all at the same time. The other option is I can get one running, work on the materials for the next one, get the next one running, etc., etc., and then just kind of like round robin cycle them. But yeah, we got some extra leftover stuff here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up this backpack, pick up this schematic cannon, and we'll get working on the next one. Okay, I've been doing a lot of stuff, so I got some progress for you. There is so much to do. I was going to do time lapses and all that sort of stuff, but there's just so much to do to get this island set. And I really want this island done by the end of this episode today because we are getting real close to 1,000 days. We're only like 24 days away. We got to get through this. But if I happen to free cam, we've got, look at this little brown mushroom hanging out. Look how cute he is. Hanging out with our little red mushroom over here. We're going to stick more of those all over the place as well. We've got, look at these beautiful blue, like weeping willow-esque archwood trees. I am in love with these. And then we got this verdant green one. Oh man, they're so pretty. I love the stained glass with the leaves here. We've got another small little blue one, and then this red one here as well with some crimson vines that are just going a little too crazy. And I've dotted a couple of these blue ones around, so they are, you know, weeping willows. They like to hang out near water, and I figured it was the perfect thing to have on the edge of the water here. The problem is they kind of disappear when you fly up and you take like a look from above. Now I do have a schematic for a smaller purple tree, kind of akin to these ones, and even smaller trees as well, which will dot around all over the place. But what I want to do right now is I've been doing a lot of schematic cannoning, so I think it's time to put an amethyst farm on this island. And essentially what I'm going to do, I've decided the location, it's going to be here-ish. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig into the side of this cliff wall hill thing, and I'm gonna put a geode right here. I'm just gonna put a geode in the wall, in the cliff side, maybe about here. Maybe about here, so we can, like, extend the path over to it if we need to. We might not even need to. But anyways, I want to get this thing up here, and I kind of wanted to have sort of like a... Let's get 5 of these up. I kind of want it to, like, extend up this way, if that makes sense. So we kind of do, you know, another, well, let's see, 4, and then it would come up again. So it looks like geode is almost intact, and it's kind of sticking out of the ground sort of like this, you know, that sort of thing. Probably not going to have enough basalt for this, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that, to be perfectly honest, but that's okay. Let's get started on this. I'll figure out how big I want this friggin' thing to be, and then I'll get back to you folks when I've come up with, I don't know, some sort of weird design, I guess. Well, I did it. It's done. And I gotta be honest, I kind of just completely ripped an idea from somebody on Reddit. Plenty Kaleidoscope. Listen, I wanted to go online and get some source material and, like, get some inspiration. And I saw this thing and I was like, yep, that's exactly what I want. I want that. So I didn't build the exact thing. I made it a little bit different, but here you go. There's a big old amethyst geode that, you know, if you just use your imagination, right? This thing was just completely encased. And the wizard decided he wanted to tap into this amethyst geode, broke into it, and then there were these little dudes inside farming, you know, hanging out in these amethyst things. Or the wizard was like, I need some little helpers. So made the little dudes. But yeah, anyways, I love this. I love this so much. Listen, Plenty Kaleidoscope, if you're around and you just happen to watch this video, this is genius. This is absolutely genius. You did it way better than I did, but wow, is this gorgeous. And if we just go over here, we can tick off Amethyst Farm, and we only have a couple things to do. We've got our custom mushrooms. We've got to finish... custom. Finish putting our archwood trees all over the place. I got a couple of oak trees that I want to throw in as well. And yeah, that's really it besides the house interior that I think I want to get done today. Sorry, the back of the scarecrow looked really weird because of the pole going up. I was like, what is happening? But yeah, we'll throw another couple of mushroom or two in, a custom mushroom or two in, and then a couple of the archwood trees. Now that these are out of the way, I can put one of the purple ones up here. We'll finish off the house interior and we will be done. We'll be done with Magic Land. This will be fantastic. The bookworm thing I'll have to check out a different day, and the reason is we only have 19 days left. 18. We only have 18 days left to finish this entire place, and I'm not going to be able to dive into bookworms within that 18 days and get everything else done. So let's yeah, I guess trees, let's finish the trees next. Yeah, let's do that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take you out here. I finished the vegetation. I'm pretty sure there's probably a couple other things I could do, but I keep telling myself, listen, you don't have to cover the entire area with vegetation. You know what I mean? I want to, but I don't have to. Let's step out the doors here. Ooh, we got a duck. We got a duck in a cart. But look at this. You've seen some of this before already, but I got a nice little tiny mushroom over here, and we've added a nice little purple, that's called the tree, the purple tree, cheapers, purple tree there, and then off in the distance, you can see one of our newer mushrooms as well. I don't love it, but I don't hate it at the same time. I definitely need to trim some of these here, and for those of you that didn't know, if you use shears on the bottom of these, they will no longer grow. Put this on real quick so we can get up there and trim that one. There we go. But we added another couple little mushrooms and a couple little things over here and over yonder, and I gotta be honest, I am loving this place so much. I think it looks fantastic. And we're just gonna take a fly around with free cam here, and yeah, I think this place is shaping up very wonderfully. Now we've got a couple of patches where I could probably throw something else, like here, maybe down over there, and maybe over on this location over here. But I gotta be honest with you, I kind of like how, I don't know, sparse? I don't want to use the word sparse, but sparse it is. Not everything needs to be 100% full all the time, right? And I'm really, really, honestly in love with how this area is shaped up. And if we check the clipboard, that just leaves a couple things. We can check off the custom mushrooms and archwood trees, and we have the bookworms, which again, we're not going to get to in this episode, and then the house interior. Once again, because we only have 7 days. So in a week's time, we'll have this entire place finished. I gotta be honest, it's going to take us probably more than 7 days to do the house interior, but I'll try and get to it as quickly as I can and get it all done super, super duper wrap. idly. Golly, I forgot to talk there for a second. But if we head on upstairs, we do have a couple of things that we need to do before we can get started on this interior. Mainly, I need to move these idiots somewhere, and I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put them. And we also need to do this upstairs as well. So I need to get cracking on some decoration for my house, for the wizard's house. Let's get going. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are waking up to a brand new day in our completed bedroom, which is an absolute mess, which I honestly wouldn't I wouldn't expect otherwise for a wizard such as ourselves. Oh man, I am so happy with this. We have a nice guardian fossil hanging from the ceiling and a spider trophy from Handcrafted. I am so happy with it. It's a little sparse, but at the same time, I feel like the wizard doesn't really spend a lot of the time up here, and things just accumulate, you know what I mean? And then we can head downstairs into our brand new finished house. So this is where the wizard obviously cooks all their food, eats all their stuffs, and, you know, maybe cooks a couple of things for some of the patrons as well. We got some berry, right? Some berry jam. Maybe that's kind of a side business. Hey, little buddy. And look at these paintings. I love these so much. These are so wonderful. And just a little nook with, you know, more books. You gotta have more books. And this is where the wizard does all their business, right? All of their notes and books and all that stuff here. And we've been to all these different floors, but we'll go to them again in our final episode on this island here. We've got our, I guess it's, oh yeah, scribe's table. Duh, that's what this is. We've got our scribe's table over here. And I just moved all of these guys up here as well with the Wixies. I feel like it just kind of made sense. We'll probably find a better place for them, maybe in a different nation. And then the 5th floor with our imbuement chamber, absolutely fantastic. And we'll head up to the 6th floor, which has our enchanting apparatus. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And we can head downstairs and open for business and help people with whatever they need, you know, do all of our note writing and all that sort of stuff here. Sell whatever magical products we need to sell. And I'm just in love with this place. Just absolutely love it. I think it looks so fantastic. Again, there's a couple spots where it's a little sparse, but I think it's better than just being overwhelmingly full of stuff. And I am just so happy with the way that this place turned out. Now, if we head all the way down here to our beautiful, beautiful bridge, I just want to turn around and I want to see what it looks like as we're coming over the bridge here. Oh my gosh, isn't this just gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. And the wizard can greet people here and take them on their merry way down to maybe the Amethyst Geode if they need a little bit of amethyst to help them out with some stuff. Or maybe they just need to reflect on life and take a stroll through the peaceful labyrinth. Totally not cutting through here. That will bring them to this little area here with our beautiful Zen tree. I added a sheep because I needed some wool. Or perhaps the wizard and their patrons need to, you know, just explore the wildlife and plants, the flora that grow around the world here, right? I swear bee pathfinding in this game is just absolutely atrocious. Or maybe the patrons of the wizard are just, you know, interested in the magical properties of crops and how just absolutely jittered out whirly sprigs could help them grow better stuffs. But all in all, ladies and gentlemen, this has been such a fun experience exploring Ars Nouveau with you. This has been absolutely fantastic, and I barely scratched the surface. I'm not done with Ars, obviously. I'm not going to get rid of the mod or anything. There are so many more things that we need to explore, like bookworms, as well as unlocking more glyphs, and we'll get that we'll get there at some point, I swear. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we end the episode, I just want to go over to this clipboard and check off house interiors. The last thing on our list, besides bookworms, that we are going to be handling in Ars Nouveau together. Thank you so much for coming on this journey, and take a look at this right here. We are at day 999. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? We did all of this, the Hobbit Hole, as well as this area here, within 1,000 days. And I cannot wait to see what the next 1,000 days brings to this area, and I just want to send a huge, absolutely massive shout out and thank you to my members over on YouTube. You can sign up right below this video if you want to support me directly, as well as my patrons over at patreon.com/Throwlash. Thank you so much, everybody. On as our members, we have Moon Goddess Lolo, Deosil, Av, and Love for Sunflowers. And over on Patreon, we have Jeff, Jucifer, Yo Your Mom Games, Interbert, Dusk Doodles, and Wraith. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. I sincerely appreciate all of your likings, your subscribings, and all that crazy happy nonsense. And ladies and gentlemen, we will see you in the next Create Nations episode. Bye!